I've always liked colored pencils, but this challenge here made me like them even that much more.
Yeah, I mean, you really took off with it, and it's so beautiful.
Hey guys, welcome back to Talk Parlor number 13, the podcast where we talk about last week's Roll for Art Flash Challenge. I'm Adam.
And I'm Jordan.
Awesome. We're just chilling today, man. Sitting
Yeah.
here with all of our goodies, freaking drinking a cup of coffee. We got some stuff that we've been doing. You want to fill them in?
Yeah, so Adam has this awesome 3D printer, and
Adam's son.
Adam's son. Yes. Yes. Great kiddo. Has this awesome 3D printer, and we've kind of been playing with it a little bit.
Yeah.
And we have Commodore his printer. And so we've made these coasters, and Adam had these things printed out, and we have the infamous D&D logo on there. And what did we use to
some rub and buff?
Some rub and buff. We use silver. Him and I are using the gold ones that we did. I've got some resin at home, and what we're gonna do is fill these up with resin and hopefully put a cool epoxy clear coat on them.
Yeah, and then we got this little D&D sign here they're made up. So, and then these little goblin dudes.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve. I mean, like anything else, trying to learn how to make it print the way you want it to print and get the quality that you want it to spit out to you. But anyway, just some cool little stuff that we've been dabbling in. I mean,
yeah, and it's really awesome. I mean, especially today, we've really had a good time just enjoying this stuff and kind of stepping into another new creative medium. And
exactly,
just checking new things out.
All about creating.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to find what we can do next, and it's always so cool. It's always so much fun, and it's also neat. I notice this whenever we do stuff is that we have like the same ideas sometimes, but we're also completely different. For example, whenever you grab the what's it called again, the paint.
Oh, the rub and buff.
The rub and buff for the goblins. I was like, oh hey, we should do those in silver. Like heck yeah. He's already got in his hand, and
silver, and then we got the gold ones. Gold. I'm gonna put that back under my cup here in a second. But yeah, yeah, very cool.
Yeah, really
they just turned out really awesome. So I was kind of enjoyed doing it. Like I said, learning different stuff, learning a different medium, like Jordan said. So.
It's really neat and really cool, and I love that we find these things to go beyond paper, go beyond fake skin stuff, and just making cool stuff, guys.
Maybe we'll be able to bring you some more of our cool creations here in the near future.
Yeah, maybe it's something that will be added to the challenge.
Maybe it could
be. Yeah.
So, speaking of challenges, you want to tell them about last week's challenge?
Yeah, so last week's challenge, we had to do a hand in realism using colored pencils in a cool color palette. Cool as in cold colors, not cool as in awesome. So Adam, why don't you start us off? How'd you feel about this dice roll?
Well, I will be honest with you. I was pretty stoked.
Yeah.
Just because the last challenge that we had the last challenge that I did a hand on, I won. So I kind of felt like I had a leg up on the game. But it was still interesting to me. And I'll be honest with you, hands are very difficult to do.
Yes.
So when it landed on hand, I was thrilled, but scared at the same time. I think if that's possible.
Yeah, definitely.
And then so you had the hands, and then the next was the color palette, cool color palette.
It was like, how are we gonna do that? You know?
And so.
Immediately I go to like, okay, light source. What is the light source going to be for this?
Well, so from I actually I'll get into that later, but I was a little concerned about the cool color palette. Then we get into the style.
Yeah.
which was Realism. So I was like, dude, Realism, that's a score.
We love doing Realism.
Yep, that's a score. And then finally,
colored pencils.
The medium of colored pencil. And I was pretty excited about it, to be honest with you, because I've been kind of looking into some color pencil stuff, you know, and whatnot. So I was a little bit excited for the color pencil to come through. How about you? How'd you feel?
I was pretty excited about it, but I was really nervous because, gosh dang, one of these days we're going to be blessed with graphite pencils, and we will finally be able to really showcase, you know, what we can do with a good old pencil.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would require graphite pencil. That would require Realism.
Yeah.
That would require black and white.
Yeah.
It would require, well, subject matter really doesn't matter.
Right.
But it would be preferable for a face, hand, eye. Those are the preferable ones. Vehicle, yeah. So maybe eventually we'll get there. I don't know.
Sweet music to my ears here and all that. But
the dice have got to give it to us.
The colored pencils did scare me. That is still new to me. You guys have heard us talk about colored pencils before with our other challenges, and yes, it is fun, but it is a whole different experience. I do feel like with this challenge, if it was in paint, I would have had a much easier time with it. But overall, I really, really enjoyed it. I think that we both hit it out of the park, you know?
I do too.
Yeah.
I kind of went down a bit of a rabbit hole, but I guess I can jump into that because, I mean, did you have any specific feelings towards the role, or were you just like score?
I was kind of like, you know, score on the hand. I've always really enjoyed drawing hands. I used to draw them so much more. And then, you know, took a break from art for a long time, and I can tell. I used to just be able to draw hands just like that. And every time I'm not going to say perfect execution, but I was very proud of the execution that I could pull with hands. And if you are not practicing, you kind of lose that muscle memory of just the anatomy of the hand. So that was kind of difficult to dive back into with this one. How about you?
Well, I mean, like I said, I was feeling pretty good overall about the entire role itself. I started out with my research, kind of just getting an idea of, you know, first what I wanted to do, and two, how I wanted to pull it off. I was originally started out with a different idea entirely, and it was very, very cool, but that idea led me down another rabbit hole of, okay, how can I get more realism out of a color pencil? And I ran across this lady by the name of Christy Partridge Art.
Yeah, we've talked about
her before because she is an absolute freaking phenomenal artist when it comes to color pencils. So, ma'am, if you're watching it, I love your videos. Don't stop. Keep posting because I'm learning a ton from you.
Her tips are just so useful, and I just love how she goes through her videos, and, you know, she talks about, you know, people that are starting out with colored pencils and, you know, this brand, that brand, things, do's and don'ts, which are really nice to hear.
I also learned through her videos, and I kind of dabbled in it from some other realism stuff that I've been doing outside of the challenges, and that's paper.
Yes.
We used a different type of paper this time, and it makes, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to art, paper is a lot of it.
Yeah, paper is definitely a lot of it.
The weight, the GSM, there's a lot more that goes into paper than what most people think. And those who aren't that familiar with art often wonder, why does one need 5 different sketchbooks or 6 different sketchbooks or 8 different sketchbooks? Well, it's because different papers lend to different things. Exactly. And it makes a huge difference in the outcome. I also learned that from her.
Yeah.
So anyway, like I said, that kind of led me down the rabbit hole of researching her and watching some of her videos and just understanding how to work with colored pencil better. And I called you and I was like, dude, you need to check her out.
Yeah.
Because what she's doing with colored pencil is just phenomenal. I almost thought about just kind of keeping that one in my back pocket for myself, but I'm like, I'm a nice guy. I want this to be fair. So I wanted her to really be able to see what I was seeing and have, not that you can't just get on YouTube and search the stuff up, but when you got one of us that's looking at something and it's like, okay, I'm going to hand this over to you because I want to see what you can do with it as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's really cool, and that's part of what makes this so much fun is us just being able to hash these things back and forth.
Yeah, and having such a friendly competition. Like, it's never drilled by being so competitive. It's just so friendly, and I love that.
Right.
I really love that. We're both just trying to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as more research that I'd done, I went back to my eyeball challenge, the second challenge that we had, and I felt like I did everything right except for the style. And this time around, I was like, okay, we're realism, we're style, I'm going to stick to every bit of the challenge. Now, here again, we mentioned it in the last episode, that apples to apples, oranges to oranges, not apples to oranges. And I felt like it was no fault of either one of us. But we have two totally different pictures.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like they're a comparable set of drawings.
Yeah.
In that I went very literal with the color palette. I went with what I felt was the challenge was hands done in a cool color palette.
Right.
Okay? Realistic hands done in a cool color palette. You went with realistic hand with a cool color palette. In and with. Okay? Two very important words that give us two completely different outcomes. Nothing wrong with either one of them.
Right. Right.
Okay? It was just our interpretation of it.
Yeah, and that's something that I find so fun about these challenges is how differently we interpret them.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like, and we discussed this was another thing, and that we've both decided that we're going to really try to reel in, is we're going to be very specific when we roll our dice. What is that saying to us? Because this particular challenge, I took it as hands in a cool color palette. You took it as hand in with a cool color palette.
Right.
And you wind up with two images that are phenomenally done. Not that one's any better than the other, but can they be done comparably?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just feel like when we get to that particular point in the challenge, it's like, okay, are we doing them in a cool color palette or are we doing them with a cool color palette? Because then you have a very realistic hand, looks natural, looks like a hand that looks like my hand, right? When are you ever going to see a purple or blue hand?
Unless it's purple light.
Unless it's under a purple light or they've been painted purple or blue.
Right.
It's the only time.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big thing that took people away from the realistic side of it. For my, that is my opinion.
Right. Right.
Is when they seen yours, realistic.
Right.
When they see mine, I'm never going to see a purple hand, a purple or blue hand, unless it's painted.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
I mean, otherwise, that is just the only thing that I felt like really separated the two. You know what I mean? I absolutely love yours, and I absolutely love mine. I think they turned out awesome.
I think we nailed it out of the park on both of these.
I do too.
Yeah.
I just want to get to a point where people look at it and they're just like, okay, these are two very realistic hands.
Right.
These are done with a cool color palette.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly don't know which one I like the best.
Yeah.
That's where I want to get to.
Right.
And not that, like I said, nothing is wrong with these, but I just kind of, when we were doing that, I was like, this is something that I feel like we need to reel in so we don't run up against that. But otherwise, my research, design, I love my design. I would not change anything about it. If we did this all over again, same thing.
I love yours a lot too.
Now, with that being said, how did you come up with your design? Because I tell you what, when you told me about it on the phone, dude, I wanted to see it so freaking bad.
Yeah.
Like I seen it in my head when you said it, and I was like, that's freaking awesome.
Well, I really wanted to do, I thought about doing some sort of icy something, and I just wasn't sure about that. And I did kind of look online and see if I could find some inspiration from anything. And then what I really resorted back to was the art studio that I worked in Colorado. I thought about a painting that one of the artists did there with the Northern Lights. And that's where I got the inspiration to put that into this drawing. So that's really about the research that I did on it. Kind of mental research, if you could call it.
Hey, it's research. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't matter how it comes. It doesn't matter if you get on Google. It doesn't matter if you jump in an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, go back in memory. I mean, that's research nonetheless.
Yeah. So that's really what I thought of initially that kind of led me down this design. Was that research?
I love it. When you started talking about it, I was just like, man, I cannot wait to see how this turned out. And a lot of it was I wanted to see how you were going to do the Northern Lights. The hand, I had no doubt you were going to pull the hand off. None at all.
Well, the hand is actually, honestly, probably my least favorite part of the whole thing.
Really? I mean, I love the whole thing. So
Thank you. I love yours a lot too. Yours is very, very beautiful.
And it's weird that you have more of a masculine hand and I went more feminine hands.
Well, it's kind of interesting too because I always use my own hand as my model, and I have man hands, and so all of the hands that I draw on everything always
mimic a more masculine hand.
Yeah, more masculine hand.
I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you why I decided to do a more feminine hand. There was just something a little more elegant about it.
It went good with your color palette too.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that was a lot of it.
Yeah. How did you come up with that design?
I actually found there was just a picture on Google. I'm not gonna lie. Nice. I just wanted to remimic it as much as I could in color pencil. I wish I got it on my phone. I really need to plug the person who probably took the picture, but it was just I just liked it. I mean, it was something about it, and like I said, it matched I felt like what was the color palette that I wanted. There was something elegant about it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to draw it. Plain and simple. Yeah. I mean, that's all it was. I mean, there was nothing more to it other than I just wanted to draw it.
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to have fun with it. Yeah, so that was kind of how I come about my design.
For my design,
well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. My bad.
For my design, I used to always draw hands holding eyeballs, and I really, really enjoyed that. And I'm used to drawing that form in the hand a lot, so I knew that I wanted that, but rather than holding or gripping something, I wanted a reach form to it.
Gotcha.
So that's how I decided to do that hand, and I wanted it to really illustrate like reaching up towards the Northern Lights. So once I had that hand down, that's when I kind of went in there, and the Northern Lights were really the last thing that I did. So I had my hand, and then we work with the colored pencils, and finally brought everything in, and I just took a this really light turquoise blue and just kind of rode with that to do the design for the Northern Lights, and it was actually a lot more difficult than what I expected. This is kind of another one of those challenges where if it was in paint, it would be so much easier because then I could just lay it down and swoop it up, boom, Northern Lights. But doing it with the colored pencil strokes was really challenging to capture the movement of the Northern Lights. And so I just brought it down from the hand and then brought it up into the sky. What I felt like really sold the illusion of the Northern Lights as well was I took an X-Acto knife and kind of scraped through there some highlights, I guess. I also used like a really bright lime green on top of that turquoise color to bring out that big shine for the Northern Lights.
Well, and I think that's the one thing that you nailed on it was the fact that, when you look or envision Northern Lights, they got those striations that run up into the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I seen the way you pulled that off, I was just like, man, that is freaking awesome.
And so I wanted to do a realistic hand. I wanted that to be sold, and I wanted to bring the colors from around it into the hand. So I really love the shading that I did in the hand of the reflection of the Northern Lights, and it's kind of a little bit everywhere too. Like there's the cool colors through here, there's the cool colors all through here in the hand, and I kept the hand pretty pale as well. And one thing that I am very, very happy that I did that I feel like really helped the realism part of it as well was just adding hair.
I was gonna say that. I had a guy at work. He said, "Love the purple hands."
Yeah.
He said, "My wife and I, we sat down and we talked about it," which was cool to hear that part of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is so awesome.
And she was like, she really liked the elegance of the more feminine hands. He goes, "But at the end of the day, it's my Facebook account." And what got me was the hair.
I loved adding the hair.
He's like, the hair got it. He's like, that's what got my vote was the hair. I'm like,
and it was so hard to do. You know how many times I had to sharpen that pencil because I wanted it at its sharpest point, and I just sharpen. You know how many times I swooped? So many. But I think that the hair is probably one of my favorite parts on this as well, and I really feel like it elevated the design.
See, my favorite part to yours is the Northern Lights, man. I love the striations you got going up into the sky. I mean, it looks so freaking awesome.
It was so hard to do with colored pencils.
I could imagine.
So hard.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
I loved it. I really did. Now, was there a reason that you ended the Northern Lights at the fingers and didn't continue them behind the hand? Or
I thought about that, and I really thought I didn't want it to look like it was coming from the ground, and I wasn't sure because if you look at Northern Light paintings, I was thinking about this painting, and it never really like comes like from super, super far back here. It's just kind of...
It just kind of appears.
It just kind of appears. It's just kind of right there,
right.
And so I wanted that, and then I wanted to kind of hide the starting point kind of at the hand,
Understand.
where it starts, because I didn't want it to look like, Northern Light rays of lightning. You know what I mean?
So it was an intended design choice.
It was an intended design choice.
Perfect. Okay.
Right. I do wish that I would have added more over here and just brought more out into this corner, because I do feel like this corner is a lot of empty space.
I don't think so. I like it. No, I like it.
I was worried if it would be too busy or not, or whatever. I just kind of just had this one strand.
No, I like it.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Anything else you dislike about it?
Well, likes, and go ahead with your likes and dislikes, and then I'll follow up with you.
Likes, everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Everything. I love it. There's nothing I can say that I would that the only dislike I have, and I had talked to you about it on the phone, was I meant to come back in here, this hand, this arm back here, that, you know, I feel like it should have been darker. But I will say this, with the reference photo that I was using, it was not darker.
It wasn't darker.
It was not darker.
I definitely see why you would want to darken it up, because it does.
It's behind the other hand.
Yeah, it's behind the other hand. You're exactly right.
But in the reference photo, it was not that way, and it was. I really struggled with it, and I went with it, and then it was like, I talked to you, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go back in and darken it up, and then I just forgot about it, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
Challenges. I don't want to say it was a challenge, but I knew I wanted a very soft background.
I love your background so much.
And if you've ever messed with color pencil, they're not the softest medium in the world.
No.
And it's very difficult to get a soft anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like, even with, you know, the pencils that we use, it's almost like a lot of times you can see individual pencil marks.
Yeah, exactly. Especially on the, you know, the reflection of the light.
Yeah.
You see every single pencil mark. And that's one thing that I really had a challenge with, because I did not want the pencil marks on there.
Right.
And to not get those, I felt like I had to dig that in, you know. Yeah.
So the technique that I used, and I learned it from Christy Partridge Art, and she did it a little bit different. I was not able to do it the way she did it, but what I did was I took my razor knife, and I just took like a little note card, and I knew which colors I wanted, and I knew how I wanted to fade them out. So I grabbed up those 5 or 6 different color pencils, and I just did one at a time. And I took my razor knife, and I just scraped it off onto the card, and then I took and I you know, laid those bits, you know, where I thought I wanted them at, and then I took I think I just took a piece of toilet paper.
Yeah, a piece of tissue.
Yeah, a piece of toilet tissue, and I just started, you know, lightly rubbing it in, and it just gave me this really smooth look, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go with the next one. And I tried to keep my colors very close so they had that natural gradient. And I laid the next one, and I'm like, man, this is actually really blending out nice.
Yeah.
And I was able to just create this transition all the way throughout, and I freaking love it.
It almost looks like watercolor. Like, that's how smooth it looks. It looks so good.
It is freaking wild.
Right. Imagine if those beautiful, elegant hands had like the background that this had, it would not have worked. It totally would have been a completely different drawing. You know what I mean? Like, if you went in and tried to color that.
I don't think it would have been nowhere near as elegant.
No.
I think it would have been very harsh.
Yeah. And
I think the soft is what made it just that much more elegant.
I agree.
You know, however, with that being said, in your particular situation, I don't think you could have done the background like this and wound up with the same effect.
Yeah,
that you
agree.
Have there.
I agree. I needed that darkness.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm wondering this. What if we did that for the hand?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Not for the background. Like, what if we did those colors as, you know, that
technique?
Yeah, that technique. Thank you.
Right.
On the hand, and I feel like that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, I think you could. I mean, it would take some time to understand it and get the proper colors to create those gradients.
And then go on top of that and add the fine details. Man.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those situations where if you go back and you look at our first color pencil drawing, and you look at these 2 color pencil drawings,
doesn't scratch the surface.
They are so much better.
Different. Yeah.
So much different, so much better. I mean, just what we've learned with color pencil.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just freaking nuts. You know, and that's growth.
Yeah.
You know, when you can see where we started to where these are now, and then if we take what we've learned now and reapply it to those ones in the beginning,
oh yeah,
I mean, my goodness,
it would be night and day. It would be a night and day
totally
difference.
night and day.
I think that on that Shintoism one that I did, if I did that with the green in the background,
oh my gosh,
that would have been
how
very,
much
very
more
cool.
elevated would that have been?
Yeah, you're so right.
Just but that's the cool thing about this. Is you're learning different mediums, you're learning how to work with those different mediums, you're learning different techniques.
Yeah.
You're learning, okay, well, I didn't like how I did this in this challenge. I need to find a different way to do it so that I can pull off the effect that I want.
Yeah, just growing, and that is just so cool. I absolutely love that background.
You know, I knew from not a challenge that we did, but another drawing that I did, how to get this in here smooth so it still give that, it was a very smooth texture, but it give that rub, that yeah, but it give that round feel to it, soft and round.
Yeah.
And that was from something I had done different in a different medium, but I learned from it.
Yeah.
So I think it was cool. I mean, I color pencils are I mean, I've always liked color pencils, but this challenge here made me like them even that much more.
Yeah, I mean, you really took off with it, and it's so beautiful. I love it a lot.
Yeah.
I love the wrist right here. Honestly, I think the wrist and this part of the hand is my favorite part.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, you know those like points that like you just see and that you like fixate on because you love them and that's your favorite part. Yeah.
Well, just like the wrinkles in the skin at the wrist, you know. I was sitting there looking at my hand and I'm like, you know, there's actually wrinkles there.
Yeah.
How do I pull that definition? Well, I did that in a different drawing. Nothing that we've done on Flash Challenge, but I was able to pull it off with a colored pencil. And I was like, that's freaking cool.
One thing that I love about mine is also in my thumb, getting that
nail line.
That nail line, that cuticle. Yeah. I really like that I kind of just almost hid that part in there.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts in mine is that thumb, that crease of that thumb right there.
Yeah, that's a nice crease. That is a very nice crease.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's fingernails. I, for some reason, struggle very little with fingernails.
I struggle with the fingernails. I struggled with my index fingernail quite a bit. But thankfully, I feel like I was able to kind of hide that struggle there, and then I really like how I did my thumbnail.
Dude,
I like how I did my thumbnail.
I don't see anything wrong with your index.
And
your thumb
looks
better. Phenomenal.
Thank you very, very much. I also really like my knuckle and my tendon through here.
Yeah,
I think that really sells that stretch.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I think it was just overall awesome challenge.
Yeah.
Just loved doing it. Enjoyed doing it.
And I loved your idea of framing him.
I love framing.
It elevates it so much. If this was wall to wall, it would not look.
It doesn't carry the same impact.
It doesn't carry the same impact at all. I totally agree.
No, there's something about framing that just sets something off.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're working with a piece of paper this big and you just frame the outside edge, or if you're working with a 9x12 and you just do a little 6x6 area in the middle. It has a whole different feel to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is or why it is, but it does.
It's just more, it's captivating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love framing. So.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to add?
I got nothing else. I think this challenge was very, very fun. I think I learned a lot from this challenge. And it gets me excited for the next color pencil challenge to see what comes up.
I mean, I could talk about them all day long.
I know.
I mean, I just really loved this challenge. I really did. So.
I think we did great.
I did too.
Yeah.
Boom to us.
Good job. Boom to us.
By the way, keep forgetting, Jordan has been the winner for the last, the tattoo hand I won that challenge.
Yeah.
Jordan has won the last 2 challenges. She won this challenge. So. I keep forgetting to mention that, but yeah, I think we did awesome. I
think we did too. I think
also must be noted, we hit a new high vote count.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't remember what it was. I think it was close to 60, wasn't it?
59 or 58.
Yeah. Keep them coming, guys.
So we're just getting up there. You know, those numbers are so important to us because we love the interaction, you know, and you know, anybody that is, it's almost like gambling. It's almost like watching the slots. You know, you want to see those high numbers get up there.
Getting on the phone, calling Jordan. Have you seen how many people have voted?
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
My gosh.
Exactly.
This is awesome.
I think our lowest is like, I don't know, in the 10s and 14s or 16s or something like that. And then, you know, we got up to the 20s and we're like, oh, yeah. You know? And then we got up to the 30s and the 40s, and we were at our highest before this one, I believe, was 48 votes. And that is like, oh, we're almost to 50. And the fact that with this one, we almost met 60. That was so awesome. So much fun.
So
it's just, it's kind of rewarding, you know, that we do these every single week. And it's like, yes, we're seeing people and people are seeing us. And it's,
and we're slowly gaining followers week after week after week.
And we love the comments. The comments are so awesome. Hearing why you guys picked this one or picked that one. And everything is just so nice. Everyone is so, they're kind of gentle in the comments, to be honest with you. which is fine. Which is totally fine. Get rough. Add some roughage if you guys would like. We dig it. We're here for all of it. I love it. We love the interaction. We reply back to every single one of the comments, and that's just the funnest part too.
Keep the comments PG. We are trying to be family.
PG. Yeah, family. Yeah.
So I don't know. Think we should wrap it up there?
Yeah, I think we can wrap it up right here.
All right. Well.
Awesome. Well, guys, you all can find us on our Facebook page. That is going to be Parlor number 13 by JNA. Look forward to seeing our posts that we make every Wednesday at 5 p.m. You can go and vote for which one of our Roll for Art Flash challenges was your favorite for the week. Also, follow us on Instagram. We're posting out more content on there more and more. We're hoping to gain more followers within the next couple weeks. You can follow us on YouTube at Talk Parlor number 13, and follow us on all your favorite podcast platforms. You can find us by Talk Parlor number 13 or Parlor number 13 by JNA.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff.
Leave comments because we love the interaction.
We love reading the comments and replying back to the comments. And as always, keep the creativity flowing. Let your inspiration soar. Together, we create, we inspire, and we transform art into a journey. And we'll see you at the next challenge. And wherever you're at,
be safe.